Everything is so finicky today. I had to like I tried setting up like a BGM stuff, but for some reason it's not working. So screw that idea. Okay. Let me just make sure everything is looking fine and set up. Um, huh. Why is this still stop? Okay, okay. Sorry, there should have been like background music, but we get none of that instead. Let me just make sure everything is showing up. Oh, yes. So, this is my first art stream. I've never done it before, and I don't really know how my what's the term? Art process will translate into trying to do stuff live. But today, I finally, like, every time I stream, this is probably, like, why I'm even doing this. Every time I stream, I try to add one extra thing to flesh out my stream. Um, Last time I finally got, like, stream elements set up and everything, and this time I want to work on doing assets so that next time um there'll actually like be alerts popping up. Cuz right now I have, OBS, and if you don't know how it works with I think it's SE Live, you get like the activity feed. So, even though there's no alerts popping up on screen when things like follows happen, I can still see it and call it out, so it doesn't go totally unnoticed. But there's also the fact that I am like not an affiliate, so some stuff I don't get yet, which I think how it works is like you start at like let's just draw it out, okay? And like the base, like user, which is me, and it goes to like affiliate and partner. And I think affiliate is where people will get bits and subs and stuff. So all of this subs, I think they get ad stuff. So right now I would only make or have to focus on assets that do with follows, raids too, I believe anyone can get raids. So I can't get stuff like, oh, tips. So this is like the main to do. This is like the main thing for me. Um, so I guess I'll just get this started. First thing we'll do is draw out little thumbnails. So I think the alerts aren't that big. I think maybe they are 400 by 400, which isn't big in art scope. I think follows are usually like hearts because subs are stars. Um, Tip stuff is money. I don't know what raids are. Like, I'm guessing it would be. I don't know if it has, like, kind of a universal symbol. Let me move this up a little bit. So it's like people. Like, just a dude. So these would be, like, the main ones I'm just focusing on doing, and I'll probably try to do that. So. Also, I know a common thing nowadays is anonymous follows, where people don't want the following to be shown on screen. And to be honest, I'm actually one of those people. I, if I don't know why, but if I am like looking at someone the first time and I see that they have following like everywhere, and what I mean by that is if someone follows them, they get the chat message, they get the big pop up on screen, and they get the call out. I understand why a lot of people like it, but for me, it just makes me like, oh, I don't want that attention. Like, don't stop your stream to pull that attention on me, especially because I understand for small creators, which me, I would be a very small creator. But for like big ones, I'm just like, oh, hi, haha. So usually for those kind of people, I have to wait until like the end of their stream. Um, I guess a little V mouth is cute, and then also another thing about being an artist is I can just make my own assets. I can make everything, and I like doing that. But at the same time, I feel like it's making my setup a lot slower because people can have a lot of things done because either they commission people or they well no that would be or they use like the free packs, which there's nothing bad with using free packs because an artist still had to make those, so you would still be like supporting them by using their things. I personally am crazy and I need to have my hand in the entire production, which is literally just me. I'm the entire production, I am the entire show. I don't really like it should be more direct. I don't know if the eyes should be looking in towards the heart or if they should be looking towards the screen. Um, mm-hmm. There's also, what was I gonna say? I also don't know if my drawing style is, not style, process. Like, I feel like it might be frustrating for people because I always feel like a lot of other artists can just put down lines and be confident in them when they're streaming. Today earlier I was looking at a few in like the art category on Twitch, and some of them are just doing straight up line art and such confident strokes. If you can't tell by me in the corner here, I hate line art. I've never liked doing it, and so I stick to lineless or like painting. I hate line art. I don't know why, but I think it's one of like the banes of people's existence when it comes to. Wait, actually, that's a good idea. To have the like a drop shadow, maybe. Also, the reason why I don't work on pure white is it burns my eyes. So a lot of times if I'm drawing, I'll just not have white be the core background and will instead stick to making it like a muted color. Usually I stick with gray. Little bangs. Something that's great about this is I don't have to really pull up a reference because I can just look up from my tablet and see me. So honestly, talking about like VTubing and stuff in art, um, my goal would be to be able to make my own live 2D model, but at the same time, I kind of like the PNG look. I like not because I don't move around much in the first place, really. I'm very lethargic. So I feel like I don't need a model that's always moving and swaying. But I do know that there is PNG Plus, PNG Tuber Plus, which also allows you to cut up like art and have more control and sway and stuff. I might look into doing that. So many ideas in my head. Okay, I kind of like this. And then obviously the text on the bottom would be like, thank you for the follow or something. Then again, I might not even. So indecisive. I might not really use this because, like I said, some people might not want attention with follows. And I get that because I am the same way. It's just at the moment I don't have much else to do. Oh, let me fix that. Just because, um, a lot of your stuff is limited on what you can do with streams if you're not a part of all the fancy smancy programs, which is fine. But honestly, doing art nowadays, it's not hard. It's more like, what's the term? Con- Confusing, hard to navigate. And what I mean by that is, whoops, wrong tool. Um, the industry in general has been very, you know, not the best. But I found that even trying to do indie stuff is kind of hard. I've applied to about. This isn't funny in retrospect, but it's funny to me now. The other day, I had a very like bad like breakdown just because of I was so frustrated by just the silence from game companies nowadays. Not even just game companies. It seems like every job field is just based off ghosting. Like if you can't even send a rejection email, give me that job. I'll send rejection emails for you. Cuz I think people deserve to know if they are, if they have to look somewhere else. I had a problem where when I would apply to jobs, I would just stand still my life because I was like, oh, I can't make these plans until I know if I get this job. I can't make these plans until I know, like, if I need to relocate, if I need to do this, if I need to. And that, like, kind of really messed me up. I just started not caring now. I'm like, last night I applied to a job at 4 a.m. And I was like, whatever. If I hear from you, I hear from you. If I don't, well, it's not crazy to me anymore. But last night I was just like, I was very exhausted, very stressed out. And then I even had to call someone kind of about it and was like, hey, jobs suck. Job hunting is hard. And obviously I got comforted and everything, I'm good now. I'm Gucci. Literally 3 hours later I got a rejection email from one of the jobs. I was like, oh thank God. Like just being able to cross something off my list and just know that okay, well now I can look somewhere else. But honestly, I'm thinking like I gotta do other stuff besides just art. And that's kind of why I started streaming, to be honest. Because it lets me be productive in a social way and a creative way. I always thought I wouldn't be good at it. And what I mean by that isn't like numbers or anything. What I mean is I thought I would get up here and I would clam up and I would be like, oh my God, there's too many people. There's not enough people. Like, but I don't care in the sense that just being able to be here and just being able to talk, not like, even if it's to myself, that's fine. Like, I have fun doing it. I don't know why, because I'm not usually like a chatty person, but maybe that's why. Does that make sense? In the sense that I am not talkative, so it's easy just to think like I'm talking. I have no idea where I'm going with this. Whatever. um, I don't really like this arm here. How would that work? Uh, I could leave it just floating, but like this. That seems a bit better. Something like that, maybe. Hmm. Uh, that's a bad tangent, though. Oh, that's another thing. I've been drawing a lot more for myself lately, and it's good. Like, I'm actually having fun with art again. But the thing is, I've been noticing so much of my own, like, bad habits when drawing, and tangents are definitely one of them. If you don't know what tangents are, it's when you're trying to draw two separate, like, items or two overlapping things, but you actually don't overlap them, and you just connect them somehow. Like, if I'm drawing, like, two buildings or whatever, and it's like this. Actually, I don't think that's right. And then I also want, like, um, let's say a tree in the foreground. So let's say this is a tree or whatever. And it's, if you wanted to branches, you keep not actually overlapping. And you keep, and instead you connect the lines. That actually messes me up so bad where I have this problem of run-on, not run-ons. That's words. Just tangent lines and stuff. And it was definitely something that I had to fix in school. Would not recommend school, by the way. That's just my own. I have so many thoughts about art schools. Definitely should have done this. Like, look, I did it here. This right here is a bad tangent. This, because it ruins the appeal and overlap would have. So I have to fix that. It ruins the sense of depth. Whoops. Give me this. Let's do that instead. And then there. Um, trying to figure out this arm, but maybe I'll just do that somehow. So let's fix this here. Honestly, what else I need to do is I need to probably make an actual reference sheet. I don't have like a front and back reference like character sheet, and I should definitely end up doing that at some point when I can. Let's overlap this here too. Okay. Hmm. Background music would go crazy right now. Except OBS doesn't want to work. It was like I was even like panicking, like trying to get it to work. And I felt so proud of myself when it did. And then just stopped working. And I have no idea why. But that would be a problem for future me. Let's do this. And then shading here. Do this, get rid of that. But my journey, I guess, into this was I actually planned to start streaming everything last year, maybe. And the problem was I was way too, not adventurous, but ambitious in the fact that I was like, oh, I can't do it until I have, you know, a super cool model. I can't do this until I have a super finished 3D model. So I started learning VRoid. If you don't know what VRoid is, it's a 3D. It's a free software where you can make a 3D like model. You can paint your own like assets and stuff, or you can use a bunch of not pre-rendered, but like free to use like asset like free hairstyles. You can just pick like the bangs and mix and match and stuff, which I thought that was really cool. I never finished that model because I don't know how the patience for that. And anyone that can make like a VRoid model is incredible to me in my eyes. Like, I follow a lot of YouTubers and YouTube channels that is their whole thing is just making VRoid models. Vroid? It's just VRoid. Huh. I never considered how you say it. Got that. Okay. Oh no, that don't look right. Hmm. We will see. Okay, I'll come back to this. So this would be like the tipping thing. Mm. You can probably hear me clicking my buttons. It's the benefit to having a screen tablet. All the useful buttons. I just realized I'm drawing everything on one layer. Uh-oh. Hmm. Keep yawning. Oh my god. I had such like a realistic dream last night, and I think that's what kept me from like waking up super early today. Was the so I have very, very vivid dreams, and I tend to remember a lot of them. Um, which can be really fun and also bad. But I say this now, and I can only remember what happened last night. Hmm. No idea. But because some of them are so vivid, it does get hard to like remember. Like, oh, hey, this is a dream. And usually I only wake up because I hear like a noise outside, and my brain is able to be like, wait a minute, that's not from your dream. Oh. This one should be to the side. Mm. I wonder if something like a tipping jar. Oh, it's more like a honey jar. How the fuck do you draw a jar? The cons of being an artist is seeing everything in your head so vividly, and then not being able to draw it. Like, I'm trying to. What's his name? Oliver Twist? Oliver Twisted. Like, where he's holding a little porridge bowl and he's like, please, sir, may I have some more? That book is crazy. Have you ever read that book? That little dude goes through so much. Pretty sure his name is Oliver Twist anyway. I could be getting him confused with someone else. No, I'm pretty sure it's Oliver Twist. Let's do a little happy. Yay. Erase this. Shading this. Oh my god. Forgot my teeth. If you can see them when I speak, I do have teeth. I don't know if I need to draw the bottom ones though. No, I think that's okay. Actually, this jar is trash. um, But honestly, I'm thinking maybe Mondays will be like my game streams and Thursdays might be my art streams. But I was actually having this problem today where I didn't figure out what I even wanted to draw until like late last night. And I think that might be a problem with art streams because a lot of people they'll like stream their commissions or stuff like that. Um, the only thing I would do probably would be like sketch requests, but I don't know how I would be able to set those up just yet. Like to have it if like someone could like not a Google form, but in the same thing where I could see like, oh, here's the idea I have and draw it. What's going on? Okay. I probably need a little water. 1 second. Okay. Hydrated. Okay, I think I'm seeing the vision of what to do here. It should be overlapped a bit more. Like so. Honestly, this year so far has been crazy. Both in the sense that, like, I feel like January was very energized. Not even just for me, but other people felt very like, it's 2024. New year, new me. Which is good. It's a very good thing. I feel like that happens a lot of times. January felt so long. It felt like, for me personally, it felt like 6 months condensed into one, and it just felt so long. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I don't know if it's good that I felt like I had so much time to do stuff and prep stuff and get ideas on like, because at the same time it felt so long that I just kind of felt stuck doing stuff. But now February has come out and it feels like it's going by faster than January. But I'm not sure if that's also due to the amount of games that are coming out. I think like recently Grand Blue Fantasy Relink came out. I have not gotten the chance to get that yet either. And I think the recent one is Persona 3 Reloaded, which I didn't know if I wanted to grab that or not, but I'm seeing all the funny stuff about it. Not funny, but like the quality of life, I guess, that they put into it. And especially the updated visuals are really good. I like those. So I'm wondering if I should get that too. It's obviously not at the moment because funds not great, and the game is $70, I think. Which I almost feel like if it was a brand new game, I could see why. But just the fact that it's a remake, not well, a remaster, like it's a brand new, it's an upgrade of an older game that already exists. That's what I'm trying to say. That it shouldn't be, $70. And I do know, I think the same team is making um the fantasy game, like the fantasy RPG. Rememora mem blah, blah. Oh, this does not look good. Hold on. I have to shave myself bald. Goodbye here. Let me fix this up a little bit. Sometimes you just gotta start fresh. This is what happens. I get so chicken scratchy. So I'm speaking, and I'm trying to doodle. There's also the other game, which comes out in March. No, maybe it's this month. Actually, there's two games. I lied. There's two games. There's what's it called? Unicorn Overlord. That one looks really cool. But there's also Dragon's Dogma 2, and that's it for me. I have played so much of Dark Arisen and Dragon's Dogma 1. Honestly, I didn't think Dragon Dogma 2 would ever be a thing, but I am so hyped for that game. Like it's kind of like my dream game. If someone was to ask me what I wanted in a game, it would definitely be like character customization is always a plus for me. Um, Being able just to interact with NPCs, they don't need to be romanceable or anything, but having some sort of system where, hey, if you interact with this NPC or if you do this, you unlock either special scenes or special like events related to this character or NPC. Definitely helps with getting me invested. What else? Traveling and having it doesn't need to be open world for me. Games don't need to be open world for me. They just need to have a good sense of unique locations. Like if a game is all just greenery and green fields and stuff, I tend to get very bored with that. If there's no like biodiversity, I guess, in their, you know, type of like new world that they're trying to portray. That I feel is very something that um certain video games need to work on. Oh, and also I do like companions in games. Like every RPG that I think is like my top has a party or has some sort of companion unique partner system, and obviously the pawns and Dragon Dogma are definitely that. Definitely that. Mm, I think this nose is a bit too much, and I do think the bottom teeth too are a bit. Yeah, okay. What else do I like in these? Like my dream game. Hmm. Housing, I can take it or leave it. I don't need to have a house per se, but decoration in general is also a big thing. Or like managing stuff, like a shop, which I don't think Dragon's Dogma had any of that in the first game. I know you had your own house, but I don't remember if you could actually like fill it with decor or anything. Let's do this. But that they might just add that for 2, but I'm not sure. Just get rid of these soft. Hmm. There's something about this little guy that I don't like. He's not cute. Oh, I'm missing. Ugh. My little hairs. But yeah, I think at the moment those are the two like main games I'm really looking forward to. I was looking for the relink, but so I'm a big fan of like gacha game, Granblue Fantasy, and all that lore and stuff. The only thing that bums me out is all of my favorite characters are not the fan favorites. So they get left out of a lot of stuff. And the fan favorites across like verses and relink are kind of the same. Not 100% though, which I'm glad that they at least didn't just make it the same like characters for across both of them, because that would have made me very upsetty. But it's the life you live when a game has like 15 billion characters, and you end up with the ones that aren't popular or the ones that aren't even in events. Well, that's not true. I like Sandalphon. Sandalphon's everywhere. Not in like a bad way, but I'm glad that he at least has a 3D model, and I can't imagine they won't make him playable because Sandalphon is the Granblue man. He is the popular baby girl, I guess, of Granblue. And that's good for him, honestly. He deserves to be a baby girl. He should be going to therapy, but instead they just said, coffee shop. That's fine for you, man. Is that too many? Oh, that should be fine. Uh, now I no longer like these eyes. Blind this man. Needs to be cuter. Okay, yeah, round. Round definitely makes things cute. This is for this design, like the PNG I'm using, the bodily I'm using, the vessel. This took me so long to actually think of a concept and be like, wait a minute, I love that. I think at first, the very first concept I made was, oh my gosh, I just looked up and I noticed the reason why this wasn't going so well is because the eyes are too high on the face. Wow. The power of having two monitors. As I was saying, the first concept I have, was, I want to say it was like an Arctic theme, like cold winter animal. I think at first it was like an Arctic fox. I did know I kept the dual color hair thing, but I think it was black and white instead of this what gray and red. Um, and then after that, I tried to keep the Arctic theme, but I was like, oh, there's too many foxes. I can't be a fox. Let me try something else. And then I went for polar bear. That one I kept for a really long time, like that design, but I couldn't figure out a way to still make it like capture my essence. Honestly, what I want to do is go back to those designs and revamp them and let someone else have them, ideally. Because I do feel bad about creating them with the concept of using them and just sitting on the designs with nothing else to really do with them. That makes me a bit sad in relation to them. So if someone else ever wanted to use something like that I made, I could do that. Like make them a little PNG tuber and just be like, here, have this thing. That would be like my ideal goal in relation to VTubing would to be, they call them the mamas, to be like a mama. But in the sense that I guess adoptables would be what I'm trying to say. Like being like, who want him? And people would be like, me. But they would be able to actually just plug it into one of the programs and use it. They wouldn't need to, hire someone else to cut it up or something. That's kind of what I would want to do. But that is also hard. Hard in the sense that I feel like adoptables are very hard unless the artist has some kind of notoriety. Like, is notoriety positive or negative? Like has some kind of mm, I guess fan base is just a word because people instead are. Oh my god, did I even think to turn this? Whatever. It's only good. Some big old eyes. But I do think adoptables are also hard just because finding the concept that someone else put out and being able to look at it and be like, oh, hey, actually, that does reflect me in some shape or form, or I not Renaissance, resonate. That's the word. I resonate with that. It's probably a bit hard to do. Even like before, like in between the period of trying to design a polar bear and bugs, I looked a lot through like adoptables and things. There was one like I came really close to buying one. I don't remember the artist, but I just couldn't. I could not. What's the term? This is so hard. I wish someone could go into my brain and just physically pull out the word and put it into my hands so I can look at it and be like, oh, this. Justify. That's it. I couldn't justify a purchase of some pricing without, knowing, what's the, knowing I could still, like, be cushiony? I don't know. Words are so hard. Let's see. Okay, so this, the eyelash. Okay, this is cuter now. Did I put the bottom ones here? No, I don't need to. Okay. Okay, this is a cuter vibe. Let's do this. Um, okay, and then I guess here would be like the currency, which should either like something like this. A phantom hand or something. Mm, should I put the tail? No, I think that's fine. Obviously, these are just thumbnails. They're not going to be like they'll probably be what's the term? Edited though. And then for Reed, I think this one I'll put this way because it'll stand out more. Because I think raids are definitely like something that definitely need to be differentiated. Differentiated. Oh my god. Native English speaker, by the way. Well, actually, the reason I stumble across words and stuff is because social life no good. And it turns out when you don't really talk, you kind of forget how to. Scary. No. So I think for raid stuff, Mm, mouth is not really cute. Speaking of cute, actually, I I've seen so many like cute demos come out from like what's it called? The Steam. It's not Game Fest. I don't think it's called the Steam Game Fest. And a lot of them I do want to try out. I tried one out on Monday, which was Kamaru, which was a demo for like a frog sanctuary game. It was really long. Like I didn't expect it to be that long for a demo, but I definitely have fun. You have to uh basically put together not furniture, but set up a little area, the refuge for froggies, and they show up, and you take pictures of them, you give them bugs. That one's really cute. Honestly, though, I would also like to try and play horror games. My problem with horror games, though, is I always love the artistic um, designs and the stories and the lore for horror games. Um, I cannot play them for the life of me. I can kind of watch other people play them, but me myself, I just have such a hard time. And it sucks because there's so many cool concepts that I would love to try, would love to play. I don't want my heart to explode because Funny Dev decided jump scare is the only way to portray a horror. And I feel like a lot of games have that problem nowadays, like with horror games at least. I definitely just prefer atmospheric horror and not, oh, here's loud sound and scary yelling and pictures, and it's just like, oh, come on. I'm trying to think like when the last time I played one was. Huh. I don't remember. I feel like it was probably an indie one because I feel like indie ones. It had to have been because what I've been doing is I've been really looking at like itch.io now with like games, and there's a lot of creative horror games there. Itch.io in general is a very like good, not assets, assortment of games. And I do think if you're someone that wants to start just playing games or streaming games but are worried about money and stuff, itch.io is a really good way to just, actually find stuff to play. I actually have like a backlog of 15 itch.io games I want to play. And I don't even know if but with streaming so far, if I've even like tapped into any of them. I don't think I have. Uh-oh. That's something I have to start doing. I think the only horror games I really play are actually like visual novel ones. But even then, I can't remember my last like the last one I played. Maybe it was a dating sim, like an ultimate game. But even then, I don't know if any of those classify themselves as horror games. I have no idea. I don't even know what the popular horror game is nowadays. Because I always feel like, oh no, you know what it is? I think it might be the call center game. That's the most recent one I watched someone play. Did I make this neck too big? I did, maybe. Yeah. Draw myself off model. But I think it was the game where you work at a call center and you have to take phone calls and then tell the caller like what they're dealing with through like your computer database. That's the one like game I know a lot of people have been streaming and talking about. Other than that, I don't know if at the moment there's like, oh, you need to check out this horror game. It's so scary or it's so like crazy. It's so like I don't think that's been. Can't even think of the last game that was like that. Maybe no, that's a lie. I think the last game that I know of, maybe I'm living under a rock actually, was the Five Nights at Freddy's sister location or something. Like with the Gregory, is that his name? In the Freddy Fazbear and the Roxy or something. Montgomery Gator. I don't know how I know all those names. Osmosis. I'm gonna do a little confetti. No, I feel like cat mouth maybe isn't. It's a bit too silly. That works. Oh my god, I was having such trouble breathing out my nose today. Fine now, obviously, but I don't want to get sick. I'm the worst person in the world when I'm sick. Because I get so frustrated with being sick that it makes me worse. Because I am so aware of the fact that I am sick and I could be better, and it automatically goes to, oh, I'll never feel better again in my life. And it's just like, calm down. It's cold. How do these little things work? You pop them, right? And I have a little. Oh my gosh. This mess. Yeah, next time I do our stream, definitely will try to work out that background music stuff. Not just that, but just to figure out how to put like a playlist together. Cause I'm just learning as I go. Because I found that if what I originally wanted to do was I told myself, oh, I can't start streaming until I have this set up, and it's like I feel like that leads to a lot of burnout if you start doing it that way because you expect returns immediately for the amount of work you put in. And when you realize that that's not how anything works, I feel like it leads to a lot of people feeling burnt out. And oh, wow, that's the wrong brush. Feeling burnt out or like disillusioned because they'll look at other people's success. You can't do that to yourself at all. You cannot go into this expecting to be the next Joe Schmo on the front page of Twitch. And, you just gotta hang out. And for me personally, I'm kind of just working on my social skills. And what I mean by that is just getting better at reading, which I know kind of sounds silly, I guess. But working on reading and dialogue, and having an easier time talking to people. I actually have very bad social anxiety. As I got older, it started to simmer out, I guess. But when I was younger, I was one of those people that, I couldn't even order food. I couldn't talk to cashiers. I couldn't do any of that without, like, feeling that all eyes were on me. It was horrible. I couldn't be in waiting rooms for too long, or else I would feel like everyone was staring at me. I would feel like I would say something wrong. It was pretty bad. But like I said, as I got older, I mellowed out. I can now order my own food. I could make phone calls if I really need to, which is cool, even though I still just hate phone calls in general. But at this point in life, I think everyone does. Because I feel like people don't make phone calls that often anymore unless, they're just scam calls or if it is like your older relative. Kind of like the floating hands for this one. I don't know. I'm just trying to look at what the sleeve is. Just, okay, I just, whatever. I YOLO'd them. So I think if you ever do want to start streaming or anything, you should have a goal in mind that isn't I need to be the next big thing. I need to, you know, yeah, for me personally, it's I want to get better at speaking to people, or I want to get better at verbalizing my thoughts. And just having that experience can really like set you ahead, I think, just in life in general. Okay. So I think these are okay ones. Obviously, I can always redraw. I can always change whatever. So now what I have to do is um have to pull up my reference for my colors. Okay. As you see, my reference is not fully finished. Okay. How should we do this? What brush am I feeling today? This one? Yeah, that works. I know people do line art for emotes. I don't do that here. Like I said earlier, I don't like line art. I don't like just having to spend that step and then also having to color with the illusion of not wanting people to see that step never really made sense to me. Let me lower the opacity so I can see. So honestly, I just go into sketch and then color. Clicking my buttons. Oh, can I say something funny? I said this a few streams ago, but Twitter has become such a horrible place for artists in general, and also like streamers. I feel that are starting out. The amount of like bots, and I'm not talking about the average like you know my vid in bio. Like I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about like art bots. The ones that actually somehow like they'll crawl into your DMs and be like, "Hey, can you commission me?" And it's so confusing because they're not usually real people. They're bots. And their entire portfolio will be stolen art or they all have the same overlay. And it's so confusing to me. Like I couldn't even say the word like Twitch or stream in my tweets because I would just get all these bots being like, I can do this for you. And it's like, no, you can't. I can do it myself. I'm grown. I have no idea how they work. I don't know if they actually scam people into money because they all just work the same way. And that it'll be like, actually, that's not true. Twitch has this problem too. And I've seen it a bit where streamers will be like, hey, I'm streaming and this person just asked me they want, if I reached affiliate or if I need assets or something. And that sucks. And like, it's just, I don't get the, what's the term? Like, I don't know if these bots even make money. You know what I mean? Like, because if they are doing actual commissions, like, I don't know how the process works. I'm just like, do they all have like individual PayPal accounts? How are they doing this process? Like, I, I feel like that's a scam that wouldn't work, but there's everywhere, and it's like incredible to me. In like incredible derogatory. That's what I mean. Okay. And then there's the weird ones that aren't really bots, but they're people that follow the bot mindset and think, oh, this is how I should navigate. This is how I get people to commission me by begging in their DMs or going into an unrelated tweet that they write, like they post, and being like, oh, your DMs are closed. Can you open them? I have something really important to tell you. And it's just, I need money. Like, what? I wonder if anyone's done a video on those actually. Like the phenomenon of raised bots. And honestly, I feel like they've gotten worse ever since, you know who took over. That's just my 2 cents, though. Yeah. Okay. You know what the worst thing is? So I have two screens right now. I'm looking up. If I look up, I can see, the stream and the chat and everything. And I look down, I see, my tablet and I'm drawing and everything. The colors are different and it's driving me crazy. The amount of times I've calibrated, like color calibrated both of these screens, and they still are different. Granted, I do think I don't know anymore. Like, I don't know which one's the true color, which one is the wrong color. Like, I don't know anymore. Okay. Oh, I just remembered the video game conversation. Tekken 8 came out, and I am not really a video game player. I've only played versus right like Grand Blue, really, and I'm not good at it. But Tekken 8 looks really nice. Like even just watching it, it feels like it has a lot of like. I know apparently the amount of moves they have, like the amount of skills, not skills, but like the move set of the characters is insanely large, and that's really funny to me. Especially because I'm a noob when it comes to fighting games. But the I think they said I think someone did the math, and I don't remember what the math was for, but there was like over like 3-digit combo, like number of combos or something for, I don't remember if it was just one character or if it was like every Tekken character. But I know nothing about the game. I just watching it. It looks really interesting. It looks really nice. Again, I would not get it at the moment because I think it's $70. Is Tekken 8 also $70? I don't know. I couldn't pay $70 just to get my ass beat online. Oh, when I say I play the fighting game Grand Blue, I mean I play the free baby version. So I'm getting my ass kicked for free. Yeah. Okay. It's here. Okay, that's cute. Actually, we should, yeah, move that a little bit. The eyes. Hmm. I like this brush. I don't even remember getting this brush. And I can't even read it. It's in Japanese. Cool. But it's one of the thick paint brushes that I'm pretty sure I got from um the Clip Studio store. Those look too. Okay, that might look a little better. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Put the highlights. Okay, this is kind of coming along. Because again, these will all be like shrunken down. Because, like I said earlier, I think the alerts are only like 400 by 400. Hold on, this could be wrong though, but I'm not sure. And I mean like that might be like the max. Um, I used, oops, I should use hard brush for that. Go. What color should the heart be? I'm gonna take the color from here. Yeah, it's fine. Then we can just highlight it up to make it cute. You know what I mean though? So, this is actually my first screen tablet. Something that I had a problem with the first time using it was pressure. And when I got it, I thought the first time using it, I broke it. Like that's how like scared I got. And I didn't understand like screen protectors. So I was thankful enough that it comes with the screen protector. So what I actually broke wasn't um the not broke, but I didn't actually scratch the actual screen. I scratched the screen protector, which is good because it means I can still draw. It's just annoying now because the scratches are still in the screen protector. Obviously, I can buy new ones and get them replaced whenever. Should the heart be like this? Yeah, take this. Um, just trying to clean it up a little bit and fill in like gaps. The problem I do have is because I changed my canvas from like the white that you could see over here, is because like I said, it's easier on the eyes, but because it becomes like a duller color, it does get harder to see gaps in the paint and like the layer. Like if I take away the sketch, you can see like right here, there's a little gap. You can see, here, there's a gap too. These are a lot easier to see if you have, if for temporarily you put the background to like a bright color. It's very easier to see, but right now I'm not gonna do that. Okay, this, put some highlights. You know something I learned recently? If you make your eyelash color not black, it actually makes the eyes smaller in like drawings and stuff. I did not know that. Like I don't know how I didn't know that, but I just didn't. I thought that was a cool trick. Tip, whatever. Fix this here. Maybe pull this down. Get a little more overlap. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Okay. Oh, here's another gap. Here. I will say, like, using line art isn't all bad because your line art lines are already pretty, usually they're neat. So by just slapping paint on, it's very hard to get, like, I feel, crisp, straight lines. Unless, you know, you flick your wrist. Okay. This. I also have a hard time when I'm doing multiple, like, assets and stuff. I have a hard time knowing if I should finish one completely and then start on the rest, or if I start like all of them and then try to refine them together. This. Okay. Yeah, this I could just chop off the horns because they should not be seen. Like, so the actual alert will probably just look like this, and then the font will be under it or something. I don't know if I should add, like... Oh, it's an eraser. Uh-oh. Mm, no, I don't like it. Actually, what time is it? Hmm. I'm going for an hour and 30 minutes. Does not feel that long. Honestly, what I'm looking forward to is whenever I get affiliate emotes. That is when I want to go crazy. But obviously, when that happens, I would like, you know, community input on what kind of emotes people would want to see and what to use. And hopefully by next stream, I do have, you know, these all finished up and ready to be used. So obviously next I need to add, you know, the red streaks and all that. Honestly, I am feeling pretty, like, tired. So, I think I'll just try to clean this up a little bit. Oh, you know why? It's because I didn't really eat today. Uh-oh. I think I just had, like, fried rice. Yeah, that's why I'm so low energy, because someone, me, I'm pointing at myself, you can see, um, didn't refuel their tank. Huh. Crazy how this body works. Okay. This is me naming the file, whatever. Yeah, okay. I think I'll cut it short today. Just because this is my first art stream and I want to see if I liked it. I do like it. I think it lets me talk a lot. and just get thoughts out there and not have to keep stopping and comment on a game and stuff. I do think Monday I might stream. One actually, I should probably go and look through all those like Itch.io games. It Itch.io, that's not what it's called. Games and pick one from like the backlog and I'll boot it up. So that I think that's what I'll do on Monday. Remember if you ever want to follow, you can. Sadly, as you know, we all know I don't have a follow alert, so you don't have to worry about any of that for now. I'm still in the process of making it. So next time, yeah, I plan to have these all sorted out and finished. Oh, and also this overlay you see, I do plan to have a little chat box for these drawing streams. Gaming streams, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure if it takes away the gameplay. I have to think about that. But yeah, as always, thank you for popping in and just looking at stuff. Or even if you just popped in for a few seconds, thank you. So I think that wraps up my stream for today. I'm going to get myself something to eat, something to drink. And I hope you do the same. So yeah, thank you, and bye bye.